the Mahabharata. In this sacred Indian text, written in the 8th century BC, King Ravita is described as traveling to the heavens to meet with the creator god Brahma, only to return to Earth hundreds of years in the future. Some researchers believe this Hindu tale may be one of the oldest records of successful time travel in the ancient past.
There's a story of a king called Ravayata, and he is taken into space to see the gods. And when he returns to the Earth, he finds that many ages have gone by, and it's been hundreds of years. And this is the kind of thing that would happen to space travelers and time travel as well. You think you're gone for only a few days, but when you return to Earth, you find out that you've been gone for hundreds of years.
Like the legend of Chaco Canyon, similar tales of time travel can be found all around the ancient world. In Japan, the legend of Urashima Taro details a fisherman's visit to the protector god of the sea, Ryushin, in an underwater palace for what seemed like only 3 days.
When he returns to his fishing village, he finds that it's been 300 years that he's been gone. And his house is in ruins. Everybody he knows is long dead. No one remembers him or his family.
And in the Hebrew Bible, descriptions of the prophet Jeremiah in Jerusalem are eerily similar to both of these accounts of time travel.
Even in the Bible, the prophet Jeremiah was sitting together with a few of his friends, and there was a young boy, his name was Abimelech. And Jeremiah said to Abimelech, "Go out of Jerusalem, there is a hill, and collect some figs for us." The boy went out and collected the fresh figs. Of a sudden, Abimelech hears some noise and wind in the air, and he became unconscious. He had a blackout. After a time, he wakes up again, and he saw it was nearly the evening. So he runs back to the society, and the city was full of strange soldiers. And he said, "What's going on here? What is Jeremiah and all the others?" And an old man said, "That was 62 years ago." It's a time travel story written in the Bible.
Southern Egypt, Agilkia Island. Here, just 6 miles upstream from Aswan, in the Nile River Valley, lies the Temple of Isis. Built in the 4th century BC, the temple was a center of worship for the Egyptian goddess of fertility and nature until the 6th century AD.
Isis became the most important deity which ancient Egypt ever had. She was married to her brother, Osiris, and together they really became the popular husband and wife to which everybody wanted to be like. She is seen as a symbol of life, whereas Osiris is seen as the deity who rules over the dead. And so, whether you are alive or whether you're dead, you can always identify with Isis and Osiris.
According to ancient Egyptian religious belief, the goddess Isis was known as the Divine Mother, and believed to be the soul of the brightest star in the sky, Sirius.
To the ancient Egyptians, Osiris was Orion. That constellation actually was a literal living embodiment of the great god Osiris. Sirius was the representation of his wife, sister, and consort Isis. Together, those two essentially ruled the skies and the life of the Egyptian people themselves.
Many ancient cultures, including the Egyptians, Chinese, the Greeks, the Japanese, all had beliefs and legends that our gods who created us have come from Sirius. And this star, extremely important star to almost all ancient cultures.
This knowledge
originally emerged in ancient Egypt and in Africa with the Dogon tribe, who taught that beings of light came from Sirius and created humankind.
It is clear that so many cultures possessed information about Sirius, and they single out Sirius apart from everything else. And it's got nothing to do with its brightness, it has to do with the fact that somehow Sirius is responsible for sending us emissaries who educate us.